Welcome to the water table, where I'm on a quest to taste every sparkling water in the world. And I'm here in Scotland just for a couple of days. So I thought I would try some of the waters available in Scotland that aren't available to me when I'm in the United States. And that's what we're going to do today. So the one I have here today is Water, 100% recycled aluminum sparkling spring water, and it is an all aluminum container. It says on the back, this bottle is made from 100% recycled aluminum and 100% recyclable. It is filled with pure spring water, bottled at the source on protected land in Herefordshire. My apologies for the British people for mispronouncing it. I'm sure I didn't get that quite right. But let's go ahead and dive into this. I'm going to tell three stories that I always do. We're going to talk about the water source, we're going to talk about the brand, and then we're going to talk about the taste of the water and what's in it. So the notes that I have here about the water source: Berrington Spring is protected land in Marden, Herefordshire, and this is in Wye Valley, England. And I do not know my geography of England very well, so I have no idea what half of these words mean, but maybe you do. So I put it out there for you if you do and you care. This is a spring water bottled at the source, not listed as a mineral water. So we're going to expect it to be lighter on the minerality. The total dissolved solids that are in this, the amount of minerals, that's not actually reported on the label. So I don't know a lot about that. But there's a reason behind that, I think. And that's what we get to talk about the brand. The pH level is listed as 7.8 per company, and it is reported as being low sodium. And they have added the carbonation after the fact on this water. So the story of the brand: the spring water is incorporated in 2012. There was a water supplier operating on site for a decade earlier, though, making use of that spring water for some other brand. The water was launched by Berrington Water Director Matt Crocker. I don't know anything about Matt, but that's it. And it was served at the G7 Summit in July 11th of 2021. And it was presented to world leaders as a living example of sustainable packaging. And that's why I think this is interesting, because I think the main story is the sustainable packaging. Consider the fact that on the back, they don't actually even lead with the water. They say this bottle is made from 100% recycled aluminum and is a 100% recyclable. The first sentence isn't even about the water, it's about the container. And that is a distinction of this brand, I think. They're actually leading with the fact that this is a good tasting, clean water, but it's good for the environment. It's very recyclable. So I think that's really what they're leading with. That's maybe why they don't talk a lot about the minerality or anything of that sort, because that's not what's selling. They're selling sustainability. And the bottle was designed to be refilled, reused, recycled, zero waste bottling facility, 100% renewable energy at the source. And it has a number of hospitality clients, including Four Seasons and some other brands that were mentioned in my reading that I really know a lot about. So I'm going to skip those for now. They also produce private label water for other brands. And the entire brand, again, is really seemingly built around this wonderfully recyclable aluminum container. The total dissolved solids, I have no clue. There's no label data, and it may be published somewhere, but I have not been able to locate it yet. pH is on the alkaline level of about 7.8 from sources that I found. That's almost identical to something like a Highland Spring in Scotland. But keep in mind, I'm drinking this water in Scotland, but it's an English water. And talks about this in one of the references, I believe, on the company website. Yeah, it said, subtle blend of healthy minerals, clear, crisp taste. Really all they say about the water, because again, I don't think it's first and foremost about the water. Aluminum is interesting because it does retain cold longer than a bottle would and than plastic would for sure. And I actually can testify to that because I bought it cold earlier today and it held its temperature for quite a long time. So that's an interesting thing about aluminum of this kind. The story here, though, again, is the bottle, perhaps more than the water, but let's see, because I'm going to do a tasting of it and we'll see. Maybe this surprises me and something really notable from the water. When I opened it, I don't see a ton of bubbles, but let's go ahead and pour it here. Yeah, we got some good carbonation, a little bit of carbonation in there. It has mild bubbles, not super strong, good, clean, neutral taste to it. It actually has a little bit more carbonation, at least my tasting of it, a little bit more carbonation than a couple of the other Scotland waters that I've tried. And there's like a Hilden water that I have reviewed already from the UK that is a little bit more mild. These bubbles seem a little bit more aggressive, but they don't last very long. And I don't taste much minerality at all. It's definitely tasting like a lighter minerality. I would guess that it's below that 250 total dissolved solids as best as I can tell, but I can't actually confirm that. I'm just going by what it tastes like to me. It's a good clean water. Tastes good. I enjoy it. I would definitely get this again if I were in a bind. I'm going through an airport or something and I see this option. It's a good option. Definitely better than some of those other municipal sources that just don't have the same taste to me. A little bit of minerality goes a long way. So there's my review of Rewater.